It's the Hot 97 Morning Show. We got Uncle Russ with us today. Russell Simmons. Rush.
Russell.
Now he's pushing a book on us today, Success Through Stillness. We'll get to that. It's about meditation and yoga. And I'm going to give you
not about yoga as much as it's about meditation, but I'm giving this gift. I'm going to tell you something. First of all, the money goes to charity. So I'm not pushing a book on you. I'm pushing clarity on you. I'm pushing a consciousness on you, and I'm pushing you a way to get money. I'm pushing you ideas that help you to be happier and promote well-being and promote
So there's
success.
money in meditation is what you're telling me.
Yeah, absolutely.
This sounds like Scientology.
What?
What the fuck? What are you talking about? Why'd you say that?
When you say money, like because I do yoga or because I meditate, I will suddenly...
I meditate twice a day. I get up in the morning, I meditate, I run down the hill, I meditate with my kids, 20 minutes. I take them to school, I come down the hill, and I get money.
You were rich before you ever got into the lotus position.
Not really. Not
yes, you were. You
All
started in 94.
You were
rich.
I've been meditating for 20 years.
Yeah, but you had money before you started meditating,
But let me
Russ.
say this, though, kid. Honest to God, you can't get no money in the future. You can only get in the present. And whatever tools take you to presence are great tools because you actually go to work every day giving. And good givers is great getters. And if you're worried about result, you can't worry about work. You can't make a good
Russell.
You can't make a good record in the future.
Russ, check me out.
Yeah.
Yoga and meditation is the fastest way to some of these hot women that you smashing out here. Talk to us. Let's talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
The first time I went to yoga, it was because there was so many chicks. There was no dudes in yoga.
And they had on them yoga pants. Anything looked good in some yoga pants.
Right.
See-through
They didn't make
Lululemons.
yoga pants 20 years ago.
Wait, what are they called?
See-through Lululemons.
Lululemon.
There was no Lululemon 20 years ago. But my point I'm making is that I did go for yoga first time because there was so many chicks. It's true. But within, after the first class, the presence and the kind of high, because I'm a high dude. I've been getting high. Right, I took every drug on the planet, and I had already been sober by then. But that presence, we take drugs and we get high so we can promote, where we can calm the mind. We want to dumb down the noise, and we meditate and we do yoga because we want to dumb down the noise. Only clarity is greater than cloudiness. So we take drugs to cloud out the noise. We meditate to be clear, so we can have one thought instead of hundreds of thoughts at a time. Right now, our mind has hundreds of thoughts going through it, and those thoughts and that noise is the cause of all the sickness and sadness you can come up with.
And I'm thinking right now, who did you run this game to and finish off first? Who was the first woman you? Because listen, Russ, Russ,
he just wants to know.
Listen, this is me. We known each other a long time. Long time. First,
you got a little bit of gray in the beard.
He's catching up.
He's catching up.
I'm trying to change the subject.
What?
The first supermodel that you finished after talking about yoga and meditation.
Hey, man, this is off subject, but I would tell you something. From Crush Groove and before that, you know what I mean?
Models were getting it.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You was in the Lower East Side getting it.
No, I mean, look, imagine when Cherry Headley came looking for Blair Underwood.
See?
She was on her way to the set of Crush Groove. And what happened? And he's the pretty dude. He ruined a lot of... Matter of fact, Blair Underwood kind of twisted me out for about 10 years because every place I went. And back then, I ain't look like I look now. I don't look good now, but I look fucked up back then. Because back then, at Crush Groove days, I was sniffing a lot of cocaine.
And your hair was missing.
Yeah,
and you was
all that.
overweight.
I was twisted, but I still
Mad
didn't let
genius.
Blair Underwood get my chick. You know what I mean? When I seen her, and she was bad. Cherry Headley was the baddest bitch on the planet.
Yeah.
And she came looking for Blair Underwood. But he didn't get it.
She
got it.
Wow.
She got it from you.
And she's wonderful, right? Became a great actress. She left me for Eddie Murphy.
That's a prideful thing to even say.
What?
She left me for Eddie Murphy. I'll take that.
But she made Coming to America. You know what I mean?
What can you do? Nothing you can do.
You can't hold on to that.
If my wife left me for Eddie Murphy tomorrow, I'd be fine with it.
So we're talking...
I would not be
Not fine. Okay, fine.
Basically, we're talking the entire roster of IMG models.
Yes.
No, but can I tell you something? We're on the wrong subject matter. I'm going to tell you something. It's good that you operate from a calm space. And see, but problem is niggas is needy. And
no, Russ, hold on. I'm going to have to pull your mic down because Russ will take over this whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
For us.
But we're talking about meditation.
And clearing your mind, this meditation will help you get to women.
Clearing your mind will help you get everything.
So?
Everything. I'm saying clearing your mind, needing nothing attracts everything.
I
we
would
want to
be.
work from a calm space and operate from abundance.
I'd like to be devil's advocate here.
Okay.
So, is meditation and this oneness and stillness that you're promoting,
talking lofty shit here. Let me
Right.
give it to you real. The truth is that when you meditate, your nervous system calms. It promotes a great immune system. It increases brain functionality. It promotes presence. And you can see the gray matter grow on the brain in 6 weeks of constant meditation. You can look on a scanner. So the medical research, forget what it does. I mean, we all want to be present. You played ball, right? I know you got a little gray, but you still probably nice with your.
I'm okay. I'm
There's
all
a
right.
moment,
My left knee is bad.
Right. There's a moment when you're playing ball when you're in the zone, right? And the rim is big. You can't
And you
miss.
could close your eyes, and it's like shooting a ball into a swimming pool, and everything goes in.
This is the state of consciousness you want to live in. It doesn't have to be only every so often when you get it.
What
you don't
I'm
have to be
saying,
reading the
though-
book and you stop breathing.
It's like when Russell Simmons sees a room full of women. To him, it's what'd you call it? A closed state of consciousness.
everything's attainable.
Everything
Bullseye
is
on
in
every
his.
butt.
He walks up to the one he
Y'all
wants,
are
and he
real
goes,
stupid with
and he
that.
goes. You look familiar. But see, because you had meditated already, so you saw her already, and which is because I'm told that's your move. You walk up to these hot girls because they've told me, and they be like, "Yeah."
sure
Russell
is
walks
stupid.
up and goes, "I've seen you before."
Well, I might have seen her before.
Wow,
Hashtag, you look familiar.
Y'all niggas
No,
is
but what
real
I'm saying-
funny. That's why that Rosenberg, you haven't said a word. Can you say
I
these
can't.
niggas
It's
out?
hard to get. Well, I was. You know what? I this is so not me to remember the entertainment gossip, but I have to ask you about one that I heard about.
What you hear?
Ebro, isn't it? Am I making this up, or didn't we hear on Flashing Lights when I was half paying attention that Kimora Lee, his ex, is with Birdman?
There was rumors that circulated many, many years ago that they dated.
was old,
but
though.
that was
that
old.
just came out right now. They,
Yeah.
they showed love to each other.
on social media. But
They
she's
love
actually
each other. They're
yeah.
dear friends.
So
But
they're
they're-
friends.
She has a man she's married.
He's like
and
family.
Did she have someone else? She already with someone
She
else?
has somebody else.
She's yeah.
She's remarried?
Yeah, she told me don't talk about her. I'm trying
really?
to stay out.
But
I'm
meanwhile-
trying
You
to
did a
good
say
job, but you
she's
cleaned
an
her up, though.
amazing mother. You know, she's the best mother on the planet.
Wait, do you
We can
guys
talk
get
about
along?
him, though.
Do you
My
guys
best
get
friend.
along? Do you guys
It's
get
the
along?
mother of your child, baby. You got to make sure that always, no matter what, I don't give a fuck what she does, she's your best friend.
Well-
She's raising your child. You always have to love your ex. And I love her because she's a wonderful person, but she's also a wonderful mother. And so that's real talk right there. And I think everybody ought to make that effort because selfish not to.
Yeah, because I'm a father, and I love
You
your
will
mother.
be a father.
Soon to be a father.
They're hating on the fact that I have a daughter on the way, and I call myself a father, and they want to go, no, you're not a father yet. And I tell them, no,
Why?
I
Why
am
you-
a father, because I
right.
have to take care of her. I got to make sure her energy's right. I got to make sure the child's
Exactly.
energy's right. It's all now. It's happening right now.
That's right. That's right.
That's
My
See?
man, right there. I love what he's saying right there.
profound. That's really profound. I have a question for you. This is interesting. I'll take it off left to a whole another direction. How
Are we
did-
going into the meditation?
We're gonna
and
get
about
there.
the
Wait, but
gift
you don't
of
want to
medi-
ask him about Shannon Elizabeth?
I don't even know who's Shannon Elizabeth.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
He just went. He doesn't look like he wants to talk about it.
Shannon Elizabeth.
She's hot shot chick.
Well,
You definitely
Have I?
American
choked-
Pie. She played the Russian girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why he's banging that? You banging that, Russ?
Professional poker player.
cheers. That's
Poker
true.
poker god. S.
Russell stuttering and stammering. This
I'm
doesn't
not
happen.
stuttering. I'm saying, you know,
good look.
Shannon, she's a good girl. She's a great girl.
Russell
She's
had
fun.
so. I mean, listen. I don't.
And it's new. You know, I'm trying to claim it. We go out, you know, and she's the person I've been taking out. Like I go out with her. You gotta go out with somebody. And she's wonderful. It's not an exclusive.
Does she wear yoga pants?
She's a yogi. She's an animal activist. I met her in an animal
Really?
rights thing. You know,
This is right up
she's-
your alley.
Yeah.
What's your animal situation at home? You have any animals at home?
Animals? No, I don't
He
fuck
is
with
the
animals. I
animal.
don't like animals. I would say, I think the 40 billion animals that are born into suffering every year, and are the greatest cause of cancer.
The ones that we eat.
Do you see the new shit about protein diets? Like smoking 20 cigarettes a day if you eat a lot of steak.
I did
20
see that.
cigarettes a day, brand new. And the greatest cause of global warming by 2 times all the trains, planes, and automobiles is the cows that we manufacture. The
Transporting
greatest
the
karmic
meat.
disaster in the history of the world is the 40 billion animals that we birth into suffering. And all the grain, the oil, the water that goes into making
That's
this
true. I agree with you
sickness
100%.
is
Russell
animals.
Simmons is here,
So
ladies
I'm
and
just promoting a
dropping
vegan
gems.
diet because
So delicious.
And not only
I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
It is. Well, the problem is, I agree with you 100%, and I admit I'm a weak person because the only argument I believe anyone has for eating meat is that it tastes good. There's no legitimate reason for arguing for meat.
it only tastes good because you've been trained for it to taste good. It don't taste good to me. Steak don't taste good. I can't imagine. I ain't I've had steak in 15 years.
Really?
I've had beef since 1995.
Yeah. What about chicken?
Chicken? I'll fade some chicken. Birds and fish all day, and women. I do indulge.
Why?
Well, I'm a
What?
father. I'm trying to get back on the women so we can talk about women with Russ because we have a commonality. He's a father. I'm a father. We like women. We're old.
Well, I like
and-
women also. I'm in the conversation.
Yeah, but you're
too,
married.
and I'm
You're
a
not
father of
old.
a
Like,
dog.
stop saying you're old. You're a kid. Just fuck out of here. You're young.
You trying to hate?
I'm not trying to hate. I'm just trying to give you.
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
give
he
you a
hate.
gift.
Wait,
I'm trying to give you a gift.
Rosenberg, hold on. You got to watch Russell. You got to keep an eye on him. He's quick. He's trying to hate on me being old because he wants to be the only old man out here pulling young joints, and he knows that the
okay.
factor.
He's got it in
he
the back of
knows
his
that the
mind. Shit, I don't know
factor-
where he gets this shit from.
The factor.
Listen,
walking around
I'm
with grays in your
20
beard
years older.
closes.
I'm 20 years
deals.
old. I don't like fucking with gray. There's no gray.
Yeah, because you trying to look young.
I don't want to look old.
I see. I'm good with looking old. I look good.
Well,
in my
I'm
age.
saying, but whatever. I'm saying, it don't have nothing to do
Sound
with
like
putting
hate.
chicks old,
Sound
young.
like hate.
Also sounds like you guys would both go for completely different women. I don't think that I've never.
You guys ever shared
You
a
wouldn't
woman?
smash Shannon Elizabeth?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
I finished that.
No
Yeah,
hesitation.
but
And the girl, there was a couple years ago, we was out in the Hamptons. What's the thing? Art for Life? You
Right.
think-
Who was the
you
girl?
think- you had this pretty light-skinned joint that was with you. It was-
Portia? She married Jason Kidd, the baby?
Did
She
she?
had 2 babies, yeah.
Really? I didn't know they ended up married.
Yeah. Been married for a while. They
Oh,
got
that's
2
his
babies.
that's his current wife.
Yes.
I didn't know they ended up married, but that used to be a former
Yeah.
friend of yours.
Yeah.
Could you guesstimate?
Russell is a springboard.
Yo, yeah, Russell.
For
Can you
fame and-
guesstimate? Have you ever tried to guesstimate a number of women you've had? You ever tried to do that?
That's stupid. Why would I do that? I don't want to do that.
Because you're a man, and we've all thought about this. My number's unimpressive. Yours is very impressive.
I don't really think about it being impressive. I think impressive is if you can get one girl and stick with her.
God
And then
bless
it's the truth.
Listen,
and
this
you could
guy-
be
I'm with-
inspired and be happy with this one girl. I told you about neediness. You know, I know that Lord Buddha before Enlightenment, his last problem was his last problem was
Buddha'd you.
indiscriminate. No, but Lord Buddha, his last problem before Enlightenment was chicks, indiscriminate chicks.
You see?
He had to raise money. He never cared about money. He comes up to the temptress. He's so amazed. So he never had sex. Right? He says, "Oh my God." He said, "I can meditate." She's like, "I don't give a fuck." He's like, "Go get some money." She said, "No, but I can meditate and I can read." She said, "Wow, well, you can get money if you can read." So he went off and got a job just for the temptress. And he would raise money, and he didn't care if people stole. He'd laugh. As long as I save money for the temptress, I don't need money because I'm not needy. I don't need things.
Did the temptress give him the draws?
He
Yes or
paid
no?
for it on a regular basis.
But
Wait, Buddha was out here paying for tail?
I think temptress is now what we call a thought. Thoughts in the temple.
that would be.
What
Thank
the hell
you,
is
Info.
that? What's that?
A thought is a stupid internet word that means that hoe over there.
I love that.
It's all out there.
Well, wait,
All right, you know what? He may look young, Russ, you're old. He was amused by that. You were like, what is that? That's stupid young people talk. This is what the kids are talking
I like
about.
that shit. That sounds good. I'm going to say it now.
Dots.
I like
He's gonna copyright that.
Random aside.
It'd be late, though, right?
Ebro, if you want to talk about women, can we talk about the fact that a woman that I once attempted to randomly hit on at the coffee shop in my neighborhood is now Russell's assistant?
Who's that, Sagan?
Yes.
Hey, Sagan, she right there.
Hey,
how
Sagan.
awkward.
Sagan, he tried to hit on you?
Sagan, do you remember that?
That was many years ago.
She does remember it, though.
Many years ago, she was 11.
She was not. She was young. I had just started here. I was
How
in
old are you?
I'm 24.
She's 24 now. Many years ago, you were
Now,
breaking the law.
you guys pay attention.
It was
Watch
legal.
Rosenberg fall back. You do have a problem. You like the younger women. When you
do.
were like 29, you were
12
dating
now.
an 18-year-old.
She looks 12
Okay,
now.
I'm 34. You're 24. It was
She looks
probably
12
5 years
now.
ago. She was 19. I was like
But
29.
she looks 12 now. How did she look 5 years
She
ago?
doesn't look 12.
Disgusting.
Russell, you knock it off because you'll date a 25-year-old
Yeah,
in
and you.
a minute.
Am I really getting this from Russell Simmons? Like, you are known for banging 20-year-olds. What are you? What
Not
is this
20, not
nuts?
20.
Kamora was like 16.
She was 17 when I met her.
17.
I can't believe you just trolled me into that.
When
From
I met her,
Russell.
she was 17. And when she was 18, we went to St. Bart's with her mother's permission. 7 years later, we
Well,
were
when
married.
I-
Spent 8 more years together.
When I failed in attempting to ask out your assistant, she did not even need parents' permission. She was a working adult.
Sure.
Serving biscotti on 47th Street. True story.
Really?
By my old
You
apartment.
served biscotti?
It was a little, like a really tiny
A really cute Coffee
hustle.
shop.
Ladies
So
and
you
gentlemen, you are hearing an amazing interview right now, courtesy of the Hot 97 Morning Show. Miss Info sitting in with our brother Russell Simmons, Uncle Rush, who I've known for many, many years. He has a book out, Success Through Stillness. And as I hear him talk, I definitely believe you live by this. But not only do you live by this, you succeed by this in closing beautiful women
here we go.
all around the
Always
planet. This
back
right
to
here
that.
is the latest version of pimping, and you are doing it.
God.
You are doing a
My
great
man,
job, sir.
listen to me, my man. I'm gonna tell you something, Ebro. I'm going to Chicago, and I'm gonna get Rahm Emanuel. I hope this interview travels, and I'm gonna get the chancellor of schools, and we're gonna teach them kids to meditate.
Okay.
We got meditation in schools all in the hoods around the country, hundreds of thousands of kids, and it's a dramatic shift in the dynamics of the schools that we work in.
Quiet time means something. I mean, getting
Exactly,
inside.
exactly.
Listen, I'm kidding.
And I know
Sort
that.
of,
You
sort
kinda, I
of.
know that you sort of kidding.
Sort of.
I know all that, right?
Sort of. But I do think clearing the mind.
But I don't.
and
But you
focusing
can't really
inside.
get at yoga rap to a fur coat, cigarette smoking, coke sniffing hoe. You got to give it to an animal activist or someone who is interested in what
Talk
you're
about it.
interested in.
Now I've had some coke
So just so
sniffing
you know-
hoes. I've had some coke sniffing hoes that will enjoy some quiet time with some Sade, and we still may have a blunt. But I mean, it's close. It's as close to meditation as you're gonna get. A little Sade, a blunt, and some Douce.
He's talking about the women he's capable of pulling have to be looking for enlightenment, or the game doesn't really work the same way. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying if it was a game, I'm saying, but sharing the truth and finding like-minded people it is true that there are many people looking for a more clean, happier, kind of inspired life.
You don't-
and those are the people I end up with more often than not.
You don't think that in the schools we also have to be getting more phys ed as opposed to more
No,
meditation?
I also am a part of a Ben on Learning program. I'm not as active, but they put yoga in schools, and I think it's very important. Yo, they got kids in school that sit at their desk for 7 hours.
It's
They
nuts.
don't even got gym, nothing.
Yeah.
You can't sit at a desk 7
They
hours.
need to get outside, run around.
And they don't get to move around. And, they move the desk to the side in the classroom, and they do yoga. And it's very important, to do that. So Ben on Learning, these are two cheap forms of therapy for kids. Meditation is critical to have an expansive mind that's able to learn and focused and alert and awake, and that's why I want to put meditation in the schools. And I want to give it to every single body because everybody benefits if they meditate. And this book teaches you in like no time.
Yeah, but your 11-year-old daughter dissed the shit out of your book. You told me.
She said,
Yoki said your book was remedial at best.
That's what she said.
That's what your daughter said?
I swear to God. My
Kids are
11-year-old
used to-
daughter on the way to school. I'm driving to school. She goes to school for the gifted. So I'm driving to school. I said, "Where's my report?" She said, "I read your book, Daddy. It took me an hour and a half." And she said, "It was really shocking to me that you write like See Cat Run." And I'm like, "What are you saying?" Like,
To a
this is as highbrow
bestseller.
as Daddy can write. Right, this is highbrow as Daddy can write. And she says, "Well, it's just the way that you phrased all the words. They're so simple." And it kind of, and that for me was, so she said all that, and I was like, "All right, go to school, bitch." I dropped off.
You can't call
He's
your
the father. You listen to him.
You
So she
can't
goes to-
call Yoki that, man.
So no, I didn't say it to her personally. So I get in the car.
He just thought it.
I thought you little spoiled brat. Right? All right, but she meant it, and she's smart, and okay. So, but then I got down the hill, and Oprah called me and said she liked the book, and she wants to put me on the show. So then I wanted to go to school and get her, drag out the classroom and say, "See there, you little." But
Did
I
Oprah
didn't.
call you direct? Is that a direct
Yes,
call?
she called me
There's
direct.
no assistant who picks. It's her already on the line. when
She called me. Yes, it was.
Does her number come up on your phone? Is it
I
Oprah?
almost wanted to say that she was fronting because she doesn't call often. So and to say that I'm gonna have you on my show, I'm excited to have you on your show. I want to do because I had told her Gail. I told Gail King that
Talk
I really
about
needed
it.
Oprah to do this, and Gail came to my book party, and then she went to Oprah, and Oprah I guess read the book
Russell,
and called me. And
Russell,
yes, sir.
I often get on the air and talk about Gail King.
What about her?
She has an amazing pair of pants that she wears. That cup. You've never
talking
looked at
about
Gail
Gail
King's
King's
ass?
He's talking about Gail King's ass.
This is like
That's like sacred, man. That's my like sister. I can't really talk about her ass like that.
I mean, I can't. I mean,
can,
that's my
you
friend.
can,
That's
you
why
can.
we're cool.
I
but,
know.
Well, the story goes, I got caught looking at her ass.
Of course.
So
I
is
just
it a
don't
no-
get caught.
Is it a known
seen
thing?
her. Honestly, I've seen her.
I ain't seen it.
See, he knows.
I know that's there. Yeah, she got a nice ass.
I just love. I think what's amazing about Russell's career and life is like the dichotomy of it all. Like the phone calls from Oprah to like meeting at some point with like flatliners. You know, whoever it was at Def Jam.
That's a foul. That's
Like whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like you just, I
I
just,
said flatliners. I was gonna take my headphones off. Why the fuck? You know what? But guess what?
you signed flatliners.
I liked them. I thought they was going somewhere, and I thought they were great rappers, and they wrote good songs. It was fun.
It was a good moment. It just didn't work for them. Live Evil wasn't it, apparently. Of the guys from Def Jam back in the day, is there anyone who never made it really as a big artist that you always stayed close with? It just never worked out.
Yeah, I fucks with everybody still. There's some who made it, and I still love Allison Williams. She made like 3 or 4 or 5 hits, I don't know. And Orange Juice Jones is my man. I fucks with him on a regular.
Orange Juice Jones, a.k.a. every time I think I find an amazing Def Jam 45, it turns out to be The Rain by Orange Juice Jones.
No, but he
didn't
sang song like
Mickey
he
D-
sang the dopest song I think they were before their time.
He was good.
He had a song. I remember it because I'm thinking about doing a remake, not the remake, but the making of the Mac, the story of this young Jewish kid who goes to Oakland and what he learns, and the Black Panthers and Frank.
let me
Frank
start on
Ward.
that. Let me
And
start on that.
Imagine Richard Pryor be Mike Epps. Imagine someone like Jonah Hill be the Jewish.
Let me be the
director
Jewish
who-
kid.
That would not be you.
They
That
need
would
a
be
full
like Jonah
Jew.
Hill or somebody.
Not a half
But
and half.
I'm thinking about
I'm
it.
Said
Jewish,
Jonah,
though.
He said Jonah
right.
Hill.
Don't try to claim it now.
But you're not going to play Michael Campus, who is the guy who wrote the script, whose story it is.
Yo, you've
What was
hated,
the
you've
reason?
hated
I
on
had
me
a reason
long
for this.
enough.
What was the reason?
I was asking about artists that you were friends with and kept relationships with. And you said, then you
Wait,
went to Orange
remember-
Juice Jones, you said Allison
Oh
Williams.
yeah.
And Nikki D used to actually work at the
Yeah,
Def
of
Jam
course,
office.
yeah,
Oh, really? Nikki D stuck around?
Yeah.
She was the receptionist.
And then she was a lot of things. She worked me in other capacities besides receptionist.
Really?
Of course.
And anyone else?
He said, like, what do you think I just discard?
Well, no,
people?
it's just interesting. You never
Some
know.
artists became more friendly, like my friends, like I'm still friends with Q-Tip. I still fucks with some of the same people.
What
on a
about,
regular.
like, do you still ever talk to Meth and Red or any of the people from that
I
era?
see Red Man, I just give him a hug. I love him so much. I see Method Man, I give him a hug. I still, yeah. I don't have no artists I'm not friends with.
Really? Good relationships,
None.
all of them?
None.
What disappoints you about where Def Jam is today, and what do you love about where Def Jam is today?
You know what? Things that disappoint me are people who didn't get to achieve all their greatness in some cases. I have experienced watching brilliant artists not become all they could have been. DMX is the number one I can think of because he was brilliant. Yeah, if you listen to just his whole, you can make cold, I'll bring you heat, all that kind of, he was just amazing. And he said amazing stuff, and he was a great vocalist and great artist and great everything. And people make choices that make it more difficult for them to continue to be great.
Would
And
you
some
ever
make choices that make it easier to continue to be great. And I've seen many people and their entourages destroy them, and I've seen people who have had to shed some of their entourage in order to keep going. My entourage, that was the kind of needed to shed, died and went to jail. But everybody has that if they last long enough.
Would
And
you
if
ever
they stay out of
cons-
the lane that their entourage is in.
Would you ever consider reaching out to someone like DMX? Because we always talk about who could help
needs
DMX,
help right now.
and could someone like you help him?
Teach him
'Cause-
stillness.
I have 5 charities. This for kids. A philanthropic, social, political initiatives. We still have work to do on the drug laws. We still have work to do, mending fences between imams and rabbis. I mean, I got a lot of shit to do. I cannot. I got foundation for art education. I built schools in Africa. I cannot.
DMX is a
take
handful.
On, right, I can't take
Yeah.
that on right now. I love him though.
But do you
And I
think
think he's
meditation? Do you think meditation
Meditation-
and stillness is something that DMX needs to cure what he's
Everybody
going
needs meditation. I send a book to Justin Bieber. I send a book to Kanye. I send a book to people, artists who have all the struggle from the noise on the outside, but have such great hearts on the inside. I gave them the books, and I hope that they'll take it on. People only do it when they're ready. This book is about taking control of your life. It's simple. It's an easy task if you go on the path.
I mean, his 11-year-old daughter read it in an hour, so you guys should pick it up for
Exactly.
Yoki
So,
says it's an easy read.
that's what she said.
It's remedial.
It's
No,
remedial.
the downright remedial read.
Well,
So Russell, before we let you out of here, you and I were having a conversation just a minute ago about something that is
and chicks. I know it's going to
Yeah.
chicks. It's going to
Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
lady.
Here we
She's
go
she's a
again.
meditation.
fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
She's
talk about
so
it.
beautiful.
Talk about it.
I spoke the other day. I have a script for her called Bleeding Sunshine. I spoke to her agent yesterday as well about it, and I hope that I get her to make it. But it's about like a superhero type woman who comes, and it's part modern day slavery. So she might not want to do that now because
She's had already.
Yeah. But it's not that. It's modern day. It's like she's living in this beautiful beach, and then she gets kidnapped, or she thinks she's going to become a model, and she goes through this struggle, and then she saves all the other girls, all from different parts of the world. So it's a kind of a interracial script that has a broad potential, and I think it's great for her. But about her, we talk about how fine she is.
Yes.
She is. She is gorgeous. And then I said, and you got upset, I said I thought Flaviana Matata.
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
Flaviana Matata's fine as hell.
Who's Flaviana Matata?
She was Miss Tanzania. I met her. She was a child. I wasn't hitting her or nothing.
Did her mother give you permission?
At the time, he said.
At the time,
no, at all.
exactly.
But wait. But she was young, and I was dating somebody, and I met her, and she was the most beautiful girl I thought I'd ever seen. She had bald head back then. I told her, cut the hair off, because her head, she's like a Martian, a beautiful black fucking, I don't even understand. She's like
Alien.
Beautiful Martian.
She's so fine, and so Flaviana is like her in some ways.
Yeah.
People thought that she was at my book party, and they thought that was her. They thought Flaviana was the actress, or Lupita. So she's really beautiful, and I said that, and you said, what? Ain't nobody finding it. So yeah, but she's gorgeous. They're both gorgeous. But what about her? You're gonna ask me something else about her.
No, I was just gonna say that you're doing the movies. I was gonna use that as
I'm doing a lot of
transition
movies
to
now.
the projects you're working on with your new company.
Yes.
That you have.
I have a film company that got probably a picture developing in almost every studio, 2 at some. I have a TV company that's first look deal HBO. We have 4 or 5 projects over there. One with Steve McQueen.
Oh,
Which is
interesting.
It's an
The
interesting.
director of 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, and one with him, and one with John Singleton, and he wrote. John Singleton can write. He wrote something
you
great.
don't
So
say.
HBO developed. No, I'm saying really
Thank
write.
you, Russell.
So no, I'm just saying he can really write. What he wrote about this mob guy coming home and finding the club life in Miami is insane. It's so well written, it's crazy, and they own it. But what happens is HBO develops all this stuff for me, and if they pass, I immediately move it somewhere else. I'm gonna make it.
But you're doing a
and
lot
then I
of
have
digital-
ADD.
right,
ADD.
digital
All
work.
Def Digital is All Def Digital. We have shot 300 videos and 8 web series, and I'm gonna make these web series now turn to half-an-hour series, because once they're successful as web series, the next place to do is shoot a pilot. So I'm going to shoot all these pilots, which will also add digitally, but will probably sell to networks when they're good. So All Def Digital is also All Def Music, and Steve Rifkin is running All Def Music. And on top of that, I'm shipping clothes today to Macy's. There's no black designers. None. Black
Sean,
male designers. I'm shipping.
Wait. There's no black male designers.
Think about one.
Wow.
Public school.
Men's design. So Macy's is helping out. They know that they need diversity.
But there's a
and
lot of
they're working
streetwear.
towards it.
Wait, time out
Public
though.
school,
There's a lot of streetwear
Hood by
brands.
Air.
No. Men's designers. None.
Yeah,
Well, we had.
Black
Look, when I
Apple,
started
Blue
Fat Farm, I helped Jay-Z start Rockaway. I helped Nelly start. I got these partners for them, and we all went
Yeah.
in together at one point. And there were a lot of young black designers, but young men's companies get old. Right? The
Well,
young men, and then when they get old, I mean, after 20 years, 15 years, you can't come downstairs if you're Diggy and see Run sitting around with a big Fat Farm hoodie on.
And then you want to wear it. It's not happening.
It's not happening. Or your mama got a
So
wrinkle
are you
on her
saying these?
tattoo
Are you
on
saying
a
these
baby
street?
fat kid,
Are you
know what I
saying
mean?
these streetwear designers?
There's not a black woman. You think about it. They talk. I asked somebody about a black woman's designer, and they said, "What about Rachel Roy?" I said, "She's Indian from India." You know what I mean? So the point is, we need to promote diversity in Hollywood and in fashion. Macy's is helping me to really get Argyle culture going. I'm counting on them, and they're doing a good job so far. I'm excited that we're gonna. Yeah, I mean, we know that.
Russell,
you never
hang
seen
on.
a black
Russell,
TV commercial
I'm
where a nigga wasn't
confused.
wearing an Argyle sweater.
Russell,
I know
confused.
Argyle culture can go. You know what I mean?
Russell, I'm confused.
Yes, sir.
There are black designers out here making clothes. They're just not in Macy's.
Even winning awards, CFDA awards,
Well,
Maxwell
I'm not
Osborne.
blaming Macy's. I'm saying that all of that tier of distribution where real brands make real money, there are no black.
Oh, so you're
people.
saying mainstream, mass.
Well, Mass is Walmart. There's nothing there. Mass is Walmart. Then after Mass comes Kohl's and Penny's and all of them. There's none there. And then there's Macy's and Dillard's and all of them, and there's none there. So I'm saying that we buy clothes, we define style, we create brands, we build brands, and that we want our Argyle sweater with a little bit of purple in it. We wear wool vests and bow ties and skinny jeans
Yeah, how
that
do you
fit a
feel-
certain way. We got a certain style.
The Alex
And it's
Vanderpool
you
era
can't go put
from-
on if you put on Ralph Lauren pants. I swear to God, it's like old b-boy
The
pants. They're so
Carlton
baggy.
era's back.
Ralph Lauren pants fit like old b-boy pants. That's how baggy they are. They don't know what we do. The closest thing that niggas who is on the classic American thing could do is maybe a little J. Crew. Other than that, there's nothing for you. You got to go find the high-end designer stuff to fit you because everything else they making is not for you.
I hate that this is what cycled around.
What do you mean?
I was so happy as a kid growing up wanting to be black, and that entailed wearing bigger clothes. Now that black people want to go back to what my people like, I just don't. The tightness of the pants.
Your people ain't running no skinny jeans.
Talk about it.
They did. Not my people.
No, but I'm 90. And these jeans, these are what they call slim fit.
Yo, my man, back.
But you should be wearing
No. Argyle coaches shipping. I borrowed their cut. The 7 jean skinny cut. I bought it. I
Now,
put a little more room in the nuts.
Lee jeans back in the day. Lee jeans back in the day were not baggy jeans.
No. Fuck no. No.
Hip hop early '80s was not wearing baggy
but that was
clothes.
before hip hop's like as a fashion thing hadn't truly been developed yet. By the time fashion became,
Don't get stuck in the past, baby. Keep
I
on
know,
about it.
no,
Keep
I
on
listen.
about it.
Genres,
I know.
genres of clothing.
Things
those are
change.
All falling
I just-
apart.
you're-
It changed naturally too, and if you in tune, you change when it changes.
But here's the thing.
Sometimes you're ahead of it. You be like, you know that thing? These baggy jeans. Let me give you some tight
look
shit.
But you have to understand there's
It
different.
feel different. You know what I mean?
guys have to understand.
But I only wear, and also when I go to Macy's, which I think is a great department store, I go there and they don't have Lycra in their khakis. They don't have Lycra in their jeans.
All right, well,
most of the pants that I would go.
we
if I
can't
go
have
to-
a whole Lycra conversation right now,
Well,
Russell.
he
We
needs
just can't.
Lycra because he needs to be able to do the yoga.
I'm
pose.
just
well,
saying,
he's
I'm
at it.
making
I
a
know.
point, though. I'm just making a point.
Stretch.
A lot of what's hot is not necessarily there, and I want to design what's hot. I'm enjoying designing, and I'm doing it right now, and we shipping to Macy's.
So
That's
Russell's writing books. He's back with his Argyle stuff, getting the hustle on there. He's still
Movies,
closing
TV.
deals on hot models. He's got a digital company, a movie company. Anything we left out?
branding company.
A branding company.
all. 5
Anything?
charities.
5 charities.
5 charities.
That's where all the money from this book is going.
Who's making more money right now, you or Diddy?
Diddy. I wouldn't even. What? Don't put me with Diddy or Jay. Them
Why?
niggas get
How's
more
Diddy-
money than Jesus.
How's Diddy making more money than you?
They are.
Ciroc,
They just
man.
are, man.
Liquor.
Come on,
All
Ciroc, man.
Ciroc?
It's like legal heroin or something. That's crazy. What Sean is doing now is unbelievable. Type of paper he's getting, and he's also very philanthropic. I never called him for charity. He didn't give. He's a good giver. That's why he's a great getter. So I love him. for
Who's
that.
making more money now, you or 50?
I don't count 50's money. I don't know what he's making. I'm sure he's
Well,
making.
you
a
was
lot of
counting
money.
Hov and Diddy. I figured you'd know 50.
Because their money is so enormous. You know what I'm saying? They're getting so much paper. I can't compare myself with those guys. Jay, all he got to do is open his mouth. Is $1 million, right? You
a
know
lot.
that when he goes performs,
No,
how
he
much
ain't
money
making
he
$1
makes.
million.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
What about Dr. Dre and you got Jimmy Iovine?
He's making more money than everybody on the planet.
You
I'm
guys-
wearing his headphones as we speak. No, I mean I think him and Diddy is probably making the most money, and Jay's making a lot of money too. I can't count. I'm not counting their money. I don't even I don't look. All we need in life. And I'm gonna say this to you. Y'all gonna laugh. All we are seeking in life is a comfortable seat. That's it. All we want to do is need nothing. That's super rich.
A
Needing
comfortable
nothing.
seat for you at one point was a golden toilet.
But no matter how rich you get,
It was comfortable.
that was my ex-wife's seat. Oh, but listen, but no matter how much money you get, you can only sit your ass in one seat at a time. And if you operate from that place, from that calm space, you'll attract toys, but you still can only sit in one seat.
and make it a fur one.
For a toy or for a seat?
Fur seat.
Oh,
Comfy.
got it. Yeah.
Faux fur.
Faux fur.
I got real dizzy for a minute. The other dude trying to.
No.
Listen, Success Through Stillness. Pick up the book. Russell, we'd like to make you a FOT, sir, an official FOT.
Fought?
Yeah,
Fots.
it's-
Play the FOT game.
That's not the same as
another
thought.
young-
It's
What-
not the
what's that
same
word
as
again?
thought.
Thought.
What is that?
That hoe over there.
over there. Kill me now. Just kill me now.
A FOT is a friend of the show.
Oh, I want
Yeah,
to be
you're
there.
already that. You're already that.
I'm already there, right? I
Yeah,
hope-
we need you. We need to be in your
What
schedule.
do I gotta
more
do
often.
to do
You
that?
just bring your black ass up here.
I'm
sit down,
happy
talk
to
some
come up.
shit.
Are you kidding? I love coming up here.
And
I love
I
coming up.
need to get him in for the podcast with me and Syfe so we can do the history and the knowledge.
Ooh.
I want
want
to do that. I want to
Yes.
talk about that.
I want to listen.
We want to
to
start
I
at the
saw
beginning.
that. I like what Steve did. I think he did a pretty good job.
Who's Steve?
Steve Stout.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When he came up and talked to Ann. Oh, Tanning of America.
Tanning of America. I
That
saw
was
that.
incredible
I liked it.
series.
I
It was,
liked
like,
it. I think he did an
so
excellent
good.
job.
It was pretty well done.
Well, you were at that concert at Madison Square Garden that kind of started the whole idea of marketing. When Adidas, running
Joe,
and put
yeah,
the
of course.
Adidas
I was
shoe in
standing
there.
next to the guy from Adidas and beating his ear off. I was beating the chewing him.
So you was already working Adidas at that moment.
Yeah, I brought him to the concert. I brought him there. We were already on it. We was already on it.
So how did you know at that early stage of hip hop? What year is this? We're at 84.
Something like that.
How were you aware enough to say, yo, we need to get a check from Adidas because this song, My Adidas, is a cultural phenomenon. All the kids are wearing them. Who coached you? Was that something you knew or?
Everything is, I mean, a lot of the stuff was instinct. A lot of stuff is obvious. You know, this is why we meditate. because we want to find the white space.
You wasn't meditating
No,
back then,
I'm
though.
giving you an example, though, son. Let me just say this one thing. I swear that you can get it. There's a white space. There's missing. Right now in Hollywood, you know what's missing? Integration. I've seen so many black explosions. I miss Stormy Weather. I'm old, but I ain't that old. I miss Stormy Weather and Cabin in the Sky and Porgy and Bess. But I was there for the Mac and Superfly, and I was there for the era when Crush Groove came out, and I was there when the era when Boys in the Hood came out. And I've seen black explosive moments in Hollywood. And right now, Ride Along, $150 million, and it's 86% people of color going to see it. But the integration of Hollywood, the next step in Hollywood is less integrated than Jerry Springer. It's a mess, and especially in the executives. So they know very little about how to integrate properly. And so as a result, give you an example. Martin and Jamie and Cedric and Bernie and Chris Tucker and Steve Harvey and Bill Bellamy and Tracy Morgan and all those guys came at a moment. Even J.B. Smoove was there, but he didn't come at that moment. And even Kevin Hart was there. So, but at that time, Def Comedy Jam, people stood by the stage and found roles for them that integrated them into the mainstream. After that, nobody got hot for 10 years. Nobody. Now, Kevin Hart sold so many tickets in 10 minutes, 60,000 tickets, I think it was in 20 minutes, whatever it was. Now he's in 4 or 5 trailers at one time.
Yo, Kevin Hart's everywhere.
Everywhere. And they got him playing probably Lou Alcindor or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He plays every black comedy role.
Well, have him play himself twice.
You know
He'll be
what I
on
do?
top of himself.
Every Wednesday, I sell out a theater in Hollywood, and I make white people watch black comedians. Because I see Michael Collier come up, and I said, damn, he should have been the lead in a sitcom. He's a grandfather, not a father now, in the show that I'm going to shoot. I see so many great people who never got a break. And the lack of integration is deafening in Hollywood. And so many people that didn't get a break. So J.B. Smoove gets a role on Curb Your Enthusiasm. There's 50 black comedians, 40, like J.B. is saying, man, I wish I had that role. And so the idea of integration makes money. First of all, there's no scandal without the black girl. And that black girl was the first black girl in the lead in that kind of show.
Kerry Washington.
Since Julia. Y'all don't know Julia. It's Diane Carroll.
Wow.
1970.
Really? It's
no black girl integrated
remember?
show lead, period, nothing.
in a major
network television show, right?
Right.
Primetime
drama.
Of course not.
It's not a
Only
primetime comedy
her
either.
after Julia. And you know what? That works. Integration, people want to see a post-racial America on TV, at least, even if they don't live it. So it's an aspiration for Americans. It's worth money, and we should be doing it. So that's what I'm doing in Hollywood.
Now, back to you. You was frustrated with me a second ago. You said I was going to get it.
About what?
You supposed to be a
I can't
meditation
get-
guy.
But this is what I
You
find to be
use
the most ironic
meditation.
thing about.
I'm not frustrated. I'm not mad.
Russell-
You want to brick me? I'll take it, but I didn't do nothing.
Russell's head is based on his book. This is what I'm concerned about Russell. His head's supposed to be so clear. In that moment, and this isn't the first time it's happened today, he started at one thought and ended up someplace completely differently. You've meditated down from 2 million ideas in your head to you still got 125
There's
going
no
on.
question. I'm not saying my name is Rush. I'm saying I'm a better man for meditation. I didn't say I was
But you're still
enlightened.
not perfect. You're still working at it.
Perfect. Are you kidding me? I'm saying I'm struggling, but I know I have faith in the path, and I got to give it to people because it makes everyone better. And this book is a,
Well, you
it's a
see the-
gift,
you-
in my
you see
opinion.
the
It's
whole-
something like, it's you want to give the world something good, right? Before you check out, you want to continue to serve the world, right? And even though I'm older, I'm still giving.
And for the record, you have given us a lot even before that book. You should know that.
Who
you
needs
may not view it the
meditation
same way.
the
but-
most right now? You're just observing the landscape of pop culture. Who needs it the most?
I think we all need it. I don't want to point out that somebody's suffering more than other people.
Well,
We're
you
all
sent one
suffering
to
from
Justin
the-
Bieber. So are you saying?
No, I think
Kid,
Justin could use some silence,
slow
some
down.
stillness. And
Kanye, you sent a book.
Yeah, but I think that Kanye, he's such a brilliant person. I think he would be more brilliant. Everyone who's, I said it to geniuses because geniuses have greater potential than they realize. As the noise settles, they get to be even more geniuses. So I said it to Kanye's a genius, in my opinion, and he's a very thoughtful person. And I think that you can't say it all at once, and you have to figure out a way to be a great messenger. And I think that his great ideas don't always come across right. So, I sent it to him because he's my man. And plus, if he tweets it, my book's a bestseller.
Well, double
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it's the truth.
Always business.
It took me an hour.
But also I want people with big mouths and big voices to read the book and tweet about it. Kim Kardashian's mother tweeted the book and we got a
Whoa.
spike in sales. Kris Jenner tweeted the book, said, thank you, Russell, for the book. I like it, whatever. I got a bump in sales.
It took
That's
me
how
an
big
hour
they are.
to really figure out what this book is.
You got it now?
Yeah, I finally got it. The book is actually entitled "Sit Your Bitch Ass Down and Shut Your Bitch Ass Up."
That's
Sit
right.
your, shut your.
That's a good title. I could have used that too. I don't think it'd be as effective, but it might be.
It's the
And the
same thing.
hashtag is just too long.
Oh,
too long.
hashtag
Yeah.
sit yo, hashtag shut yo. That's it.
Sit your bitch ass down and set your bitch
With an
ass
iPhone app.
That's good.
Because that's what a lot the people he's talking about need to sit down.
No, that's not what I meant. Don't put me
Not
in
sit
that.
down and like.
Don't put me in that.
But be still. Be quiet.
Everybody,
clear.
all of us need clarity. All of us.
You definitely need to sit down. Meditation could be good for you, man. When you get in a zone, bro, you are a problem.
I think Ebro seems to be pretty clear.
I wonder whether meditation and stillness is the luxury of someone who's already made it.
I think it's the opposite of that. And I think it's, people, look, there's a guy in a shanty house. You know what that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this guy wakes up in the morning, he meditates, he goes out into the village. He has no prospects for any real gain, for any real employment, but he needs to get some bread and some water. And he goes around, everybody in the village smiles at him. He's 80, he smiles, everybody smiles. He finds his bread, his water. Everybody loves him, he loves everybody. He goes back home, he meditates, he goes to sleep. Another guy wakes up in the morning, he takes a hit. Oh my God, the stock market's on fire. He's explosive. He's happy. He's celebrating. He takes a shot early because I'm doing well. The market crashes. This same dude takes a hit. He takes a shot and he destroys himself. And this is what a lot of toys do to people sometimes. And it's about your own happiness, and it comes from your own heart. It doesn't come from the world. And when you realize that you already have everything you need, and you operate from this place of abundance, you attract the toys. You attract the things. And if you get the things and you don't have the stillness inside your heart, all you get is sickness and sadness. So I'm just trying to give people some happiness. That's the purpose.
Uncle Russell Simmons, pick up the book. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
And thanks for being so open about all the girls you knocked down in your life.
I don't think I told
and the ones
anybody.
you're plotting,
I
the
hope
ones
I
you're
didn't tell
plotting
them.
on knocking down.
I didn't say nothing about plotting and not nobody.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah.
I didn't say I was trying to hit
That other one.
American Pie
Oprah.
girl.
American Pie, she's getting it.
That's
Gail's
obvious.
got a
That's
fat
in the
ass and
present.
is
Who?
amazing.
Who?
Gail.
Gail King.
I
Yeah.
didn't say I'm trying to hit none of them people. Don't say that. Lupita is hot though.
She could get it.
I'm saying. Yeah, of
And wait,
course.
the Tanzanian girl.
Yeah, but that's Pat. He already been there, done that.
Very public. That was okay. But listen, the point I'm making is
already
the point I'm
public.
making is that Lupita is hot as fuck. All right. Thank you. Ain't she dating Jared Leto though?
That's what they
No,
say.
she
If
said
you
no.
can scoop Jared Leto's girl, because he's a pretty motherfucker. I look at him, I think you are pretty. How old are you? He's pretty, like a pretty.
Well, the question is, would you date Jared Leto? No.